Hello class and welcome back. So here we are in the exact place that you should have left off in your first video on how to get your Adobe ID for Mac. Here we still have our Illustrator screen up in Safari on our Mac, and we are about to go through the process of installing the Creative Cloud desktop application and downloading Illustrator. Again, if you're in Safari, you should be able to go to your Downloads button up here up top and click on the little magnifying glass to open up your Downloads folder. If not, that's fine. Just go to Finder and then Downloads and you'll get to the same area. Double click on the Creative Cloud install.dmg file. Now, if for some reason you're on a Mac and you have a .exe file like you would have in Windows, you have downloaded the wrong one. Be sure that it does say .dmg. So now our Creative Cloud installer is ready to roll. So all we have to do is just double click on this icon. It's going to ask us, yeah, we want to go ahead and open this, and you'll sometimes be prompted to put in this extra password. That's fine. And so now it is initializing the Adobe installer. Depending on your internet connection, this could take a long period of time. Probably the longest part of the getting everything started in this class will be downloading all the software. Some of these apps are gigabytes upon gigabytes in size. And if you're on a slow internet connection, especially if you're in the country, or if you have a slower speed, maybe with Comcast or something like that, you'll have a difficult time getting everything downloaded. I happen to be on a slightly higher speed connection here in my office with Uverse, and they seem to treat me pretty well. Or of course, if you have the C Spire fiber service, the downloads will probably be a bit faster. If you are having trouble getting all these downloads to start, and they're just taking way too long, I would suggest starting this process maybe before you go to bed one night. Go ahead and starting everything on downloading, and just letting your computer run while hooked up to power. Again, so I'm going to let this finish installing. It should be done here in a few minutes. And I will skip ahead in the video to the point where this is done, and we will start from there. And we're back. So after the Creative Cloud application finishes downloading, after you double click it, it'll immediately bring you to the sign-in panel. You'll also notice that on a Mac, you'll have this little Creative Cloud kind of icon up in the upper right. And now you need to enter your Adobe ID. So for me, it was art205 macdemos@gmail.com. And my password is going to be entered here. Oh, entered the wrong one. All right, so once you enter your password successfully, the Creative Cloud application will launch, and it should, in a moment, bring up the download dialog for Illustrator. So we're going to wait just a moment. Sometimes it needs a second to catch up with itself, and that's what we're looking for. So you should be presented with this Welcome to Creative Cloud message. Not a big deal, just hit continue. And you see that it is already downloading Illustrator for me. And as far as getting the application installed, that's it. There's no more menus to go through. There's nothing else that you really need to do except for wait. And again, as I say before, this could be a process that takes a few minutes. This could take up to an hour or maybe an hour and a half. So again, when you're downloading your software, make sure you're on a high-speed internet connection if possible, and if not, just make sure to give yourself plenty of time. Down here in the next video, we're going to go through the Illustrator interface, and so I'll be going through elements there and for the Mac. But you also will probably see in the next video Photoshop and InDesign up in this top menu with Illustrator. I'm going to reiterate, just like I did at the very first video, I'm going to reiterate this again. Do not hit the try button next to either Photoshop or InDesign at this time. If you do, you start your 30-day trial, and once you do that, there's no going back unless you make a brand new Adobe ID and have to go through this whole download process all over again. So again, in the next videos, you'll see them on my screen, so I can take you through what's in the introductory chapter in your text and kind of get you introduced to where the interfaces are and how they all work. Do not download them. Again, if you have any problems with this or you accidentally do download them, that's fine. We can work around it. Just please let me know again by emailing me at pferris@mc.edu or through Moodle and QuickMail. So again, in our next video, we'll go through the Illustrator Creative Cloud interface.